Okay guys, so in my first ever short and in the video that I let you guys know that I was coming back to YouTube, I talked about this car. This is a 2003 GMC Envoy XL with the 4.2 liter or 4200 Vortec, and we have evidence of a blown head gasket. So what do I mean by that? So first, see if I can get the right angle with the light here. There is sludge in the coolant there, and there's buildup around that rim and on the cap. Okay, so that is strike number one. Strike number one, we got oil in the coolant, evidenced by the buildup on the cap and the sludge floating in the coolant. Then strike number two is, I can't show you guys, but took a compression tester and I've got inconsistent compression on two of the cylinders, and obviously that could be evidence of a blown head gasket. Could also be evidence of rings, things like that. So the compression test was actually the last thing that I did. The second thing that I found, first thing I found, this is kind of the family backup vehicle. It doesn't get driven that often, but if you look right here, see that oil pressure is pretty high for being at idle as it is. That's not good. But then add into the fact that it comes up even more with engine RPMs. So that's no good, guys. So I saw that, got in this thing and drove it for the first time the other day. Saw that, and you know, older car, I was like, maybe stuck relief valve on the oil pump or something like that. But then, honestly, I ignored it, didn't think too much of it. But then when my oldest son drove it, about a week later, he said that it overheated on him and he had to add coolant. The overflow tank was empty and he had to fill it through the reservoir. Well, when he got home, that's when I took the cap, saw that, thought, oh no, that's not good. And then final diagnostic was the compression test, and well, there you go. So the only reason the top end is put back together at this point is because my wife's daily was going into the shop to get the air conditioning fixed, because I do not have my certification to do that. And frankly, with two vehicles down, I needed one done quickly. So gave it to the shop, gave it to the guys to do it over there, here in town. They took care of it, got my wife's daily back to us. So now I'm going to dive into this and see if I can get this head gasket replaced. And I thought, hey, why not bring you guys along with me? So I'm going to set you guys up on the tripod, and you'll be kind of looking over my right shoulder from over there. And we'll just kind of work through this and see what we come up with. First thing I'm doing here is disconnecting the battery, and in most cases you can get away with just disconnecting the negative, but in this situation in particular, because it's my car and I get to do what I want, I'm disconnecting it completely and pulling it out. Mostly just because I kind of want as many things out of the way as possible, just so I'm not fumbling and knocking stuff around, and it gives me a little bit more elbow room. The ECM's got to come off, got to move this air conditioning lines out of the way. I'm going to be working in here quite a bit, so I just want as much room in there as possible. Okay guys, so first of all, that intake is a huge pain in the rear end to get out. Basically, I was gonna film me taking it out, but there was no good way to show you these bolts down here. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to, I can't get the phone to focus. So, see if I can prop my light up. And then come around here. So those threaded holes, those are where the mounts are for the intake manifold. The other thing I wanted to show you was all that sludge built up inside the intake ports is more evidence of a leaking head gasket. So I think we're on the right track here. We're gonna keep plugging away, and I will see if I can film removing the valve cover and you guys can see that. All right, well, question time, guys. It's the intake lobe, one of the intake lobes on the #1 cylinder. It's not looking good. And if you look, all the rollers have pitting. This engine has 183,000 miles. So what do you think, guys? Is it worth it? Should I just put it back together? Run it with a blown head gasket. It's not terrible. I mean, it is leaking coolant into the, or oil into the coolant. But is it worth doing the head gasket? Because I mean, realistically, car's only worth, in good running order, about 3,000 bucks. And if the lobes are pitted and the rollers are pitted, the engine should probably be rebuilt. This engine was not maintained properly. This is what happens when you don't change your oil on time, guys. All this sludge, all that junk, all that sludge down in there. I've rebuilt engines on highway trucks that had 1,000,000 miles on them, but they were maintained properly. They had the proper oil change intervals done to them. And with diesel oil, they didn't have that much sludge in them. Change your oil, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I think I'm going to call it a night, call it an evening. Go wash up and have dinner. Let me know what you think. See you next time.